There's a great interview from the series creator of Dahmer. This would be Ryan Murphy. And I started watching Dahmer. I thought it was a good show. Sweet little Elisa couldn't get that into it. You know, it's a little grisly. I won't spoil the story, but Jeffrey Dahmer had a not very pleasant life, difficult to watch it. I think girls in particular, you know, get a little squeamish with it. So Ryan Murphy came under fire because the Dahmer series was listed as an LGBTQ series. So they have all these tags on Netflix and the various streaming platforms. They say this is horror, or this is a rom-com, or this is an LGBT show. And so with Jeffrey Dahmer, who's one of the most notorious serial killers and psychosexual sadists in human history, it listed it as LGBT because he was a gay guy and he only attacked guys, and mostly black guys specifically. I don't think it was listed as an African-American piece of entertainment, but it was listed as LGBT. And there was an uproar because they said, "Oh, how dare you lump in Jeffrey Dahmer with LGBT? Sexual identity has everything to do with everything, unless the guy does something bad, and then it has nothing to do with it at all." So Ryan Murphy dismissed this criticism. He said, "My job as an artist is to hold up a mirror about what happened. It's ugly. It's not pretty. Do you want to look at it? If you do, watch it. If you don't, look away. And sometimes some of this outrage is directed at the frame of the mirror instead of the reflection." Wow. Hardcore stuff. Does this mean that Ryan Murphy is a homophobe? He just set out to smear gay guys? And well, no, because Ryan Murphy's a gay guy. He says, "I think that it got the LGBT tag, one, because of my involvement. I'm a gay man, so most of my stories deal with some sort of LGBTQ thing, and I do that selfishly. When I was growing up, I had nothing to look to. My mission statement has been to talk about those stories and those characters and unearth buried history." So he's saying, yeah, it's probably just because of me, because I'm a gay guy. And sometimes if there's an LGBT director, then they'll put the tag too. And he says, and I am selfish as an artist in that I am interested in the LGBT idea. And so I tell stories about that. And I don't only tell really pretty stories, or it's all will and grace, you know. Everything about LGBT is always wonderful and fun and gay. I mean, even the word gay became a euphemism for LGBT because gay used to mean happy, and now gay is almost never used in that sense. Like the song, you know, "I feel pretty, oh so pretty, I feel pretty and witty and gay," which I am certain is about to be clipped out for a meme, and that's fine. I don't care. That's all right. Used to mean that. Now all it means is LGBT. Well, what he's saying is, no, there's bad stuff that happens all throughout the world. There's no group of people that is immune from bad stuff and bad characteristics. But that is contrary to what the culture says. In our culture, all gay things have to be perfectly good. All traditional things have to be perfectly bad. If they make a show or a movie about Africa, specifically about Black Africa, I guess they could make a negative movie or show about white colonization of Africa, and they've made a lot of those. But about Africa and Africans and traditional African societies, it always has to be wonderful. If they make a movie about the Americas before the arrival of the Europeans, it always has to be wonderful. America, before the evil white man got here, it was all just this Pocahontas, have you ever seen the colors of the rainbow? And then the Europeans get there and they ruin everything. The only guy who can make a movie suggesting that indigenous societies maybe weren't all gumdrops and roses would be Mel Gibson. That movie would be Apocalypto. It's a much more realistic view of things. But in our culture, we have decided certain groups and certain ideas and certain societies can only be good. Those happen to be non-Western societies. You see this breakdown everywhere. Gay good, straight bad. Woman good, man bad. Every race of people on earth good, white people bad. East, the Far East, the Middle East, Southeast, Africa good, the West bad. And when you transgress those lines in either direction, if you suggest that maybe indigenous society or maybe LGBT culture or maybe any of these things might have some problems with it, you will be written off. And if you suggest that the Europeans ever did anything good, that maybe Christianity has something to recommend it, you will also fall afoul of that culture as well. That's just the rule. It has nothing to do with reality. It has nothing to do with holding up a mirror. In fact, in some cases, it's probably because people do not like what they see in the mirror. They don't like what they see in themselves. And so there always have to be other every bad thing that befalls anybody has to be somebody else's fault. You can never take a look at the man in the mirror. We've also got a magician coming up on the member block right now. A magician who pulled off one of the most impressive magic tricks of the year. Go check it out. If you're not a member, you got to join. Click the link in the description and join us.